All right. Welcome to the dojo. Good morning. Drinking some coffee. It's 5:30. The market opened about half an hour ago. We'll take a look at the charts right here. Got the Bill's Farm Basket. Today's Wednesday. I normally do these videos on Monday or Tuesday when I was on holiday on Monday. And then yesterday my air conditioning went out, so I didn't get a good night's sleep, so I didn't trade yesterday. But here we go, back at it. Let's get a look at today's chart. Okay, so let's switch this out a little bit. All right, so what do we see? What do we see? Let's get go. All right, so here's where we opened. We started at 74.64 and shot up and then shot down, and we kind of broke through this little bit of a kind of the low of the last few hours, last night's, and now we're kind of resolving there. So you can see we got quite a bit of room to go down here at 74.38, say 40. That's about 20 points. So ideal setup would be a nice little compression zone here, and we catch it going down. But we could also reverse here and head back up towards, this was the high of yesterday, right up here. That's at 85, 60 to 85, so 20 points that way. So regardless, we're sitting on our hands, all right? We're going to be patient. We're going to be patient. And now if you're new here, say, well, what exactly are we trading? What is this chart? We trade what are called futures contracts. The ES is the S&P 500 futures contracts. There's other futures. There's GC, which is gold. There's NQ, which is NASDAQ. I trade the ES. It's a little more smoothed out, not as volatile. It's easy to start with. It doesn't require a lot of startup capital, and we have extreme liquidity. So if you get good at this, you can increase your size, and you're doing the exact same thing. I trade the Asia session. Now that's the first few hours of the session. The futures markets are open 23 hours a day. My session starts at 5:30 a.m. here. If you're on the West Coast, that would be 3:30 in the afternoon. That's not if you're on the West Coast. If you're on the East Coast, it would be 6:30 in the evening. Why the Asia session? It has less big swings. It has more setups for the kind of setup I trade. More repeatable price action. How do you make money? Well, you make money by getting points. So if we go back to the chart, you'll see over here, okay, these numbers are points. Right now we're trading at 74.58, let's say. Okay, that's right here. All right. Now let's say you think the market's going to keep going down. So you say, we're going to sell here at 58, and we're going to hope that it goes down to, let's say 48. Okay. So you're looking for it to go from, what do we say? 58 all the way down to 48. Okay, so that's how much you'd like to see it come down. That would be if you decided to sell here. So that would be 10 points. Okay, so that would get you 10 points. Now, what does that convert to? Okay, so if you had two contracts, all right, two contracts, and you got 10 points, that would pay you $1,000. Okay. Now, being a former rideshare driver, and I used to work a 6-hour shift to make $200, that's 5 shifts. And that's with two contracts going 10 points. Now, of course, you can go up in size. Let's say you're going to trade 10 contracts. That same 10 points would have paid you $5,000. Now, what if it goes against you? Well, most of the time it's going to go against me 2 points. That's my stop loss. So if I have 2 and it goes against me 2, I lose $200. So basically I'm looking at either losing 200, getting 400, or getting 800. That's usually how it goes. So you want to risk little with a big reward if you're right. And you want to be right more than you're wrong. Okay, and the trade I do is called CZMB, Compression Zone Momentum Break. So we're looking for a tight compression zone. Let me show you basically what we're looking at. Compression zone is where a lot of energy has built up. Okay, it's where a lot of candles are kind of bunched together. And when that breaks, as you see in number 2 there, pressure builds, and then it breaks in number 3, that's the momentum. And we're just going to capture a little piece of that momentum. So that's the thinking behind it. So things we look at is, is it a valid compression zone? There's certain rules about that. If you want to know more about this system, just below this video, there's you just go to Trader Dojo, daytraderdojo.com, sign up for the newsletter, and you get a free 10-part course. It's 100 minutes of good basic day trading education and a little more specific information about how I trade. So there's the trade quality, the signal candle, the action candle. We execute the trade, we sit on our hands, we don't do anything, we just let our advanced trading management, ATM, work, and we trade one compression zone, one trade. Okay, so now let's go back to the chart and see what's happened. So nothing good has happened as far as I'm concerned. It's just continuing, okay, to come down. So it came down, then it came up a little bit, and then it came down again. So it's just releasing all this energy, and we're not getting a buildup. So what we're looking for, something that kind of goes like, something like this, okay, where it comes down, goes back up, it comes down a little, goes back up, comes down, and then breaks below this line right here. And that's where we would look to enter. But we need at least 5 candles within the compression zone. So we've got some sitting on our hands to do. So that's what we're going to do. Sit on our hands. Patience pays. Okay, that's something you got to learn. And if you listen, you can hear some birds. Yeah. Okay. So we're sitting on our hands. We're just going to be patient. No fear of missing out. No fear of missing out. Okay. The market's open, and we're just going to giddy up. So I'll be back when there's something more to report. Okay, so we've got a compression zone forming here. It just looked like it was going to go short, right? It came down here like this, and it reversed hard, and now it's going the other way. I would have to get to this line, which it's not. So we now have a serious top and a serious bottom. Let's move our alarm. It would be there. There we go. And right there. All right. So for it to reverse, we need it to go up. We need it to go down, up, down again, and up. So we got 4 sides, and we definitely got 3 sides to continue. So at this point, we're just going to wait for the next 4 minutes and see what happens. But this is a good example of a compression zone. Let's see, it's how big is this zone? This zone is 5 points. Okay, 5 points. So good tight zone. Looks like it wants to go long, but I really thought we were going short here, and then it reversed. So we're just going to sit tight and let the market dictate what we're going to do next. All right, but can see the compression zone, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles right now. And all the conditions are met. Okay, so let me just give a little recap where we're at. So we were looking here. Let me blow this up a little bit for you. There we go. Okay, so we're looking at this right here, this compression zone right here. And it was a valid compression zone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looked like it was going to go short, came back. It looks like it was going to go long, it came back. Then we got this candle. And you can see it just exploded a lot. It went, let's see, it went from 53. So that was a 10-point move. And that's the kind of move that this then happens, where it's going to catch its breath. This was the move, right? This is the one we wanted to be on. We wanted a break not that big, a signal candle not that big. So what happened? It went up here. I didn't try to get in the trade, but even if I did, it just pulled back, right? And it didn't come back. So the trade would never have been triggered. So now we're in another holding pattern where we're simply going to see if we can get another compression zone to build. But you can see how, remember, I'm going to go back to this image here, right? The pressure builds, okay, it's coiling, the pressure's building, and then boom, okay, it exploded. So we look at it again. Here's the pressure building, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 candles, right? Within this 5-point zone. That's a compression zone. And then the signal candle was basically a very explosive move, much bigger than what we would normally want. And even if we tried to get in here, the candle pulled back, so we would not have been triggered. And if it doesn't trigger in that first candle, I generally wait. So as you can see, what's happening now is it's continuing. And this would be a time where people would have fear of missing out, right? It's like, oh gosh, if I'd gotten into it, you know, maybe I would have made, you know, it would have been a good trade. But you can't think that way, okay? We had the setup. It wasn't a perfect setup, so I didn't take it. Even if I tried to take it here, I wouldn't have gotten in. So we just wait, right? There's still another hour and a half in the session. So that's trading, okay? We're going to go back to patience pays, okay? We're going to go back to sitting on our hands and waiting. Okay, so this is great. I'm glad we got to go through this, and let's see if we get another setup before the end of the session. Kind of a frustrating morning. As you can see, we had the beginnings of a nice little zone here, but that's only 3 candles, 1, 2, 3, and then the 4th candle decided to blow up for what, 68, 78 for 14 points. Let's see, we can look at it here. Yeah, this candle, so yeah, 14.5 points. 14.5 points, yeah. All right, so let's go back to the, so this is TradingView. I use TradingView. Gives me this information over here. I can also, it's got this neat feature where you can, let's say you went long here. You know, you can see kind of like our target's 12, you know, that would have been 12 points right there. But let's get rid of that. Goes back. Okay, so we're still sitting on our hands. We still got an hour and 15 minutes. We're approaching, this is yesterday's high of day. So maybe we get a little compression zone here and either reverse or break through like that. Let's see, if we look at the 30-minute chart, See, that's a big barrier right there. We came up against it here and here, and after that, we're kind of up all the way up to 21, so another 30 some points. So a lot of room to go long right here. You can see right here. And if we look at the 4-hour, you can see we're between two big 4-hour lines here and here, right in the middle. Okay, look at, there it goes. So we're just going to sit on our hands. That's all we can do. Patience pays. Some days, no trade is the perfect execution, and that would be today. If you're watching this and you want a free course, free 10-part course, 100 minutes of good day trading education, and a little more understanding about the compression zone, you can go to daytraderdojo.com, sign up for the newsletter. That comes out every Sunday. And you also have access to once a week, I do a video recording some trading, which is what you're watching now. And yeah, so go check it out. One thing that makes today a little bit unusual is it's the early morning session for the Fed day. So as you can see here, this is forexfactory.com. You can get news ranked by day and time. And the only high impact news is today. And it's the Fed funds rate. So that's going to be it's 11 a.m. on the West Coast. But that these days, there was a time where I didn't trade them at all because it was just really unpredictable, especially with the New York session start time. But we got the Fed funds rate, the FOMC statement, the press conference. We also have the advanced GDP and core PCE coming up. So some big news, and that can definitely affect how traders handle today as they prepare for the news, which will definitely have an impact on the market. Typically it does. So it's just another factor I wanted to share with you, just so you get more of a rounded education about day trading and some of the macro factors that you just kind of need to be aware of. Okay, so we're about at the bottom of the hour. There's still about a half hour to go. And here's what we're looking at right now. Let me blow this up for you. So you can see the market just climbed about 30 points. And then it's made a nice compression zone right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hit the top a bunch, hit the bottom a bunch. I thought this was going to be a signal candle, but it was 2 ticks or half a point short. Now this candle looks like, we'll see if it's still got about 4 minutes to go. It could come down and come back up, or it could start to reverse and head back towards our high from yesterday. We're way above the 21 EMA, so we'll see. So that's where we're at. I'll be back if anything happens, and or when the session is interesting. It doesn't happen that often. Here's a signal candle, but notice how long the wick is. So I have this indicator over here, and you can see that it's the wick. The wick is just too much wick. All right, there's a percentage of wick. Oh, now it's changing. Okay, let's see.
Order submitted.
See if we get any kind of a pullback here.
Order submitted.
Okay, we're in it. Let's see what happens. As you can see here, it passed. The wick was only 30%. If the wick's 50%, it says fail. But this one was only 30%, so it passed. So you can see right here what's happening. Right now we're just at break even, a little bit of a drawdown. We have a stop loss of 2 points. So if it goes minus 2 points against us, we're out. That tells me the trade's not going to work. Okay, I'll be back when there's I'm glad you got to see me execute a trade. And now we'll see if it works or stops me out. But that's all we can do now. We've done our work, we've executed. This is just one in a series of trades, and we just wait to see what the market's going to give us. Anything can happen. Something's going to happen. That's all we know for sure. Okay, we got stopped out. So as you can see, it easier to see here. We got in right here, and can we make this bigger for us? Yeah. And it just immediately reversed, right? Came here, and then it just absolutely reversed. And that happens about a third of the time. Out of the third of the time, you're going to be wrong. So this is one of those times, and we're close to the end of the session. I'm not going to make any more trades. So that's it for today. So it's a minus 2 points. And I had 4 contracts, so that's minus $400 today. And it was a really kind of a frustrating day all around. Let's just take a look at the chart again. So we had this. This is our first sort of setup. And we just got this long signal candle, and then it pulled back, and we didn't get it. The trade didn't get triggered. Then we had this second sort of start of one, but it was just not enough candles. That's only 3 candles. We need 5 candles. Then we finally did get one here. Went up, it went down, it went up, it went down. Kind of a perfect setup. We executed it perfectly, and it went against us. So that's it. If you read the newsletter from last week, SCM, Series Context Mentality. You got to think of things in terms of a series of trades, not just one trade. So this is a trade that went against us, and that's going to happen. That's like 1 out of 3 times with my system. So we come back tomorrow, and we see what the market gives us tomorrow. Okay, so that's it. Let's see, I think I've got a market closed. The market is closed. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something. Go out and have a great day, and I'll see you next week again. And if you're a premium member, you'll be getting, well, if you're a premium member, you're getting the pre-trade briefing that I do every day before the market opens. And you'll also get the end of the week summary where I show you the charts for all 5 days. And then we do a spreadsheet where we can see what was earned or what was lost, depending on how many contracts you got. So that comes with the premium. If you're on the free setup, got the newsletter coming, and then you've got the free course that you can go and get into, and another training video next week. All right, bye for now. Take care.